Hello everyone, Foamwhisker here. Let's talk about Ivypool's Heart. Now, I literally just finished the book and whoa, it was crazy. This was an insane book and I can honestly say this is one of my favorite Warrior Cat books now. One of my favorite super editions as well. And this book was insane and there's a few moments that I'm going to talk about where it's not about Ivypool at all and it's going to be about Icewing. And I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about those moments now. So, let's talk about Icewing. So, Icewing joins the journey at the beginning of the book, and it's just like, why is Icewing going? Why couldn't it Duskfur? Yeah, Duskfur's old. What about Mothwing? Mothwing could have went, but it had to be Icewing. It had to be Icewing. Excuse me. Um, Y'all all know how I feel about Icewing. I have a whole video dedicated to her. But if this book isn't proof enough that Icewing's going to be leader, then I don't know what is. Because there are so many moments, and it's just like they touch into Ivypool and Icewing's relationship as friends and their connections with one another because they both lost kits in the Dark Forest. So like they have a connection, and Ivypool's just like, "Oh, this is a very very wise cat," and she's talking like she has these good thoughts about Icewing, and it's just like Icewing is literally going to become leader. And if I'm wrong, I am literally going to cry. But like Icewing, yeah. And then Riverstar at the end of the book's just like there's still time looking at Icewing with like warmth in his eyes and stuff. And it's just like, excuse me? Does this mean that Icewing's gonna become Ice Star? Like, what? Anyway, that's not the point of this book. I just wanted to ramble about Icewing because I love her. Also, sorry if you hear jingling in the background. My ESA is shaking and she has her collar on, and now she's coming near me. You have anything to say? No? You're just gonna sniff the mic? Okay. Well, anyway, this is a traveling book, and basically they travel to go and find wildcats. And it turns out that they have another clan called Storm Clan that was created from Wind Clan leader Gale Star and Thunder Clan leader Stripe Star. And them two fell in love and they formed Storm Clan. And then they were leaving and they were journeying to a new place to form their clan. And Gale Star finds out that she's having kids. So there's a snowstorm and Gale Star has her kits and she can't travel, so they go to leave her. Hold up, I need to edit this real quick. Okay, hopefully that's enough time. But so basically he leaves her, like Stripe Star leaves Gale Star, and he's just like, I have to get the clan to safety and we'll come back for you. And the cave gets blocked off by a boulder or something, and Gale Star and her kids are trapped. And Stripe Star, whenever he comes back, he kind of assumes that she died. So he takes Storm Clan to safety, and basically they go back to the clan territory to reform Wing Clan and Thunder Clan, or something like that. I could be wrong, but that's kind of like what I gathered. I couldn't really process all that part. But, yeah. And then, uh, Gale Star did not die. Gale Star was actually rescued by a group of wildcats, and the wildcats took her in, and her kids grew up, and she fell in love with another one of the wildcats there, and she had kids with that wildcat. But yeah, that's basically it for Gale Star. Uh, so Ivypool and the group, they're traveling, and they meet these wildcats. Um, it's like an area. There's like giraffes or something in the book, a bunch of little animals. I was thinking maybe it was like a zoo the entire time, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. And also a dog thing, which I kind of assumed was a hyena, which I don't know. It didn't cackle, so I don't know what it could be. Maybe a wolf. I think Ivypool mentioned that was a wolf. But yeah, they meet the Wildcats and they're trying to convince the Wildcats to leave. And Whistlepaw is just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're part of the prophecy, the part of the vision, and we have to help them out. And so they end up helping the Wildcats out and bringing them home. Well, not home yet. They're traveling to find the other Wildcats. And the Wildcats talk about stuff like the elements. Like they don't have any specific afterlife or anything really, but they have earth, air, and water, and that's basically what their spirits turn into after. And they're like Stock Purge trying to explain that to Ivypool that spirits just don't disappear; they turn into other things, like the elements. And so Ivypool is going through her entire thing of, oh, Bristlefrost is just gone. She's nothing. I can't ever see her again. I can't ever feel her again. And Stockpurge trying to explain to her that Bristlefrost isn't gone. She's just everywhere. And I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So anyway, they're journeying. Stockpur ends up having her kits. And so she has her kits, and Ivypool and Icewing go and find the Wildcats, and then the Wildcats are just like, oh, we don't believe you. There's no more Wildcats out there. And they're just like, y'all have to leave by the morning. And so foxes attack their camp, and then the Wildcats are just like, oh, well, y'all must be telling the truth because liars and thieves wouldn't, like, help us after, you know, us sitting there saying y'all were liars and stuff. So they wouldn't help us defend our camp against foxes. So basically, they come to the realization that Ivypool and Icewing are telling the truth. And then after that, they go and visit Galestar again, and they convince her to go to StarClan because all the StormClan cats have faded because nobody remembers StormClan. And so Galestar is in StarClan now, and so is Ivypool and Icewing. And she is pissed off whenever she sees Striped Star. And Striped Star explains to her, I didn't abandon you, I came back for you. And then Galestar's just like, I didn't know that. And she was like, well, I took a mate and he was very hurt about this. Like, Striped Star felt terrible. But, yeah. Basically, I'm not going to get into the rest of that. But, they leave StarClan, and by the end of the book, Icewing feels a little bit better because she can see now that Bristlefrost is everywhere, because she has a dream of Bristlefrost, and Bristlefrost is just like, I'm everywhere, don't worry. And both her and Rootspring get this dream. And then by the end, they see a deer, and they're just like, oh, that's Bristlefrost. Bristlefrost is in the deer. Not like reincarnated, just like, oh, that's Bristlefrost looking out for us. And that's exactly why there is a deer on the cover of the book. Like if you remove the dust jacket and look at the cover, there's a buck, like a deer with antlers. And people may be wondering why that's on there and why that's significant, and it's to show that Bristlefrost is there. Bristlefrost is watching, and she was never really gone. She's still kind of there. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I don't know if this video even made any sense because I was just rambling, and then I talked about Icewing at the beginning of the video, and don't get me started on Icewing again because I think I need to make an updated video because she is great. I love this cat. Like I said, if she doesn't become Ice Star, I will cry. And with that, I am going to end today's video here, and I hope you enjoyed this ramble about Ivypool's heart, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.